Because research is repeatedly proving that alphabet recognition and phonemic awareness are two of the best predictors of early reading success, at our library we decided to start creating some story times around each letter of the alphabet. Hi, my name is Lisa, and I am a youth services librarian in the mountains of North Carolina. And for 3 years, I was the project manager of an IMLS LSTA grant-funded project that we called Alphabet Ready. And through that project, we were able to take our alphabet story times, one story time for each letter of the alphabet, into every pre-K and kindergarten classroom in 2 of the counties that make up the Appalachian Regional Library System. And this was just a great partnership with the school system and a great outreach for our library. So we created some storytime kits that we used. The storytime providers would use these storytime kits and go into the public school classrooms and provide these story times. And there were several components to the story time. And in this video, I'm just going to share with you how we started the story time with an alphabet puzzle. So when we would get into a classroom, we would always highlight the difference between a public library and the school library. We would kind of say we're kind of like sisters, but we have some differences. And the public library is open in the evenings, is open on Saturdays, and is open in the summertime. And we would love for you to come to the public library when you're not able to access your school library. So then after that, we would start talking about the letters of the alphabet and just remind the children that letters make sounds, kind of like animals make sounds. And some letters make more than one sound. So can you all tell me the sound that a dog makes? And they would bark. And then we would say, but if that dog was sad, what sound would it make? And they would whine. If that dog was angry, if you tried to take a bone away from that dog, what kind of sound would that dog make? And they would growl. So we would say, so there was one dog, but that dog made 3 sounds. And the letters of the alphabet are like that. Some of the letters make more than one sound, and letter C is a letter that makes more than one sound. But today, we're only going to focus on the hard sound of C, which is K. So we would have the children practice the hard sound of C, and then I would tell them that I'm going to give them clues to words that start with that hard sound of C. So the first clue is I'm thinking of a vegetable. And they might name the vegetable carrot, and I would say, you are exactly right. Carrot does start with the sound of C, but I didn't bring a picture of a carrot today. So the vegetable I'm thinking of rhymes with the word torn. And hopefully they would think of corn. And anytime you can give a clue to one of these puzzle pictures that also incorporates a phonemic awareness concept, you're getting a double bang for your buck. So I would put that picture on the flannel board, and then I would give them clues for all the other pictures that I've just created with clip art. Until we create the focus letter for the day. And usually the children were so excited to see that the puzzle actually did create a letter of the alphabet. So after we've created the puzzle, we would sing about it. So we would have them stand up and clap their hands while we sang, we are learning letter C, letter C, letter C, we are learning letter C. K, 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 k. Now the reason I would end with that action is because in our county, the schools use a curriculum called Letterland to teach reading, and that is the action sound that the children are learning with Letterland. So we want to work in tandem with what the children are learning. So we just incorporated their Letterland action symbol or into the song that we sing about the letter C. And we know that song really helps to connect synapses in the brain. So singing about these concepts is a great learning tool. So then we're going to sing about multiple pictures in this puzzle. You don't have to sing about all of them unless you have the time and the children really enjoy it. We're usually on a pretty tight schedule to get our story times completed in a 30-minute time frame. So I might pick one of these pictures like car, and I'd have all the children pretend like they were driving a car, and we would sing another verse to the song, and it would go like this. Car starts with letter C, letter C, letter C. Car starts with letter C. K, And then just, if you don't know what action you could do, like maybe you don't know what action to do with corn, just ask the children to suggest an action. They are so creative, and they have come up with some great suggestions. I think maybe one of the suggestions for corn was they wanted to be popcorn, so they would just jump up in the air as we were singing Corn Starts with Letter C. So after you have finished this puzzle, then you would go right into your story time and say, for instance, if I was to read this as part of our letter C story time, I would tell them the title, Do Cows Meow, and ask them if they could find the letter C in the title of the book. If the group is small enough, or if I'm doing the story time at the library, I would bring this book around and let them actually point to the letter. I especially do this if I'm working in a pre-K, in a pre-K classroom. So that if they can't find it in the title, I can help them find it and say, there's the shape, kind of a half a circle like we made with our puzzle. So I will go into more detail about the titles that we used in that we have found, that we enjoy in our letter C story times in the next video. But I'm about to wrap up this video. I did want to say that if you don't want to create your own puzzle from clip art, you could go to My Teaching Station, and they have puzzles already created. I will say some of these maybe don't have the true C sound, like crab is a blend, but that's okay. I think it'll still work. And I wanted to say, if children can't guess the picture that you're trying to give them clues for, just show them a picture and say, what's the name of this picture? Sometimes the younger children, just showing them the picture is all you need to do. I also wanted to let you know that Lavinia Pop on Teachers Pay Teachers has also done a set of puzzles, and she has a set of uppercase and a set of lowercase. And for letter C, since they look the same, it's not as important, but sometimes it might be more beneficial to do a puzzle that is a lowercase puzzle, because the lowercase letters are the letters that the children are going to encounter more frequently when they're reading versus the uppercase letters. So that's all that I had to share with you today on the how we introduce the letter story time. And like I said, in the next video, I will link to, I will be sharing with you titles, and then there'll be another video that tells you about extension activities, another video to tell you about how we wrapped up. And if you're interested to know more about the Alphabet Ready project, I will link to that, a presentation about that program, the entire project, because there were many components to that project. So we so appreciate your time today in watching this video. If you found this video helpful in any way, if you could give us a thumbs up on YouTube, we would appreciate it. But what we appreciate most is if you have any suggestions of how we can make this better, how we can grow as a community. I would love for you to leave suggestions in the comment section about how you are incorporating literacy into your story times. We just want to be more intentional about some of those ideas, while at the same time just playing and having fun with children. So I hope you enjoyed this, and in the words of Tigger, ta-ta for now.